Holy hell, we're back. I couldn't believe it's been 2 weeks already. I kept thinking, like, is it going to be this week or is it going to be next week? Holy fuck. Okay, so hello everybody. Welcome back. We're going to watch Chris Chan, A Comprehensive History, part 23. 20 fucking 3. And I think we're still at the end of 2009, if I remember last time. So we're going to go ahead and get into this. God damn, 2 weeks goes by so fast, man. I'm telling you, this is a YouTube event for me. This is my fucking time to make a video. Let's go ahead and get into this, boys. Let's do this. Oh yeah, subscribe if you're new here. Definitely, please. It would mean a lot and help out. Alright. Subscribe to Geno Samuel as well.
What made him this way? What is the attraction? What keeps us fascinated?
Okay, I'm gonna stop right here real quick. I'm sorry. I know we're only like 15 seconds in. I just saw the movie The Joker, or I'm sorry, I saw the Joker movie last night. If you haven't seen that yet, you go see that. Shit's a goddamn masterpiece. It's amazing. It's mwah. Well, there's some things about it I didn't like, but for the most part, I fucking recommend that movie. But the point I'm trying to get at is, it's a movie basically about mental illness, and we're watching a guy with somewhat mental illness, if not full-on example of that. Can't really tell. I can't tell if he's faking or whatever. I know people are going to have their opinions on that, but you never know. It kind of makes me want to be his friend. It really does. Like, I kind of pity Chris now.
This is the story of Chris Chan.
As always, I want that belt buckle.
On January 14th, 2010, Christian filmed a video in which he sings his own lyrics over a remix by musician Moby of the song Mr. Plow, written for an episode of the cartoon series The Simpsons.
Oh my god.
What's the name? Christian Chandler. What's that name? Christian Chandler. What's the name? Christian Chandler. C-H-R-I-S-C-H-A-N. Say, what's the name? Christian Chandler. You don't need to worry.
That's a classic episode of The Simpsons, by the way.
My pen and marker. My papa was chicken and name me Christian Chandler. Afternoon before the sunrise, I have a new page for you. Open your eyes. New plots are a big surprise. A hand-drawn art is quality, and that's no lie.
He then attempts to play a harmonica.
Oh my god.
A day later, he made a brief video for the attention of Jack Thaddeus, Alec Benson Leary, John August Watley, creator of the comic Sonichu is Dead and regular contributor to the Asperpedia, and the webmaster for the aforementioned website, Mao Bamboo Ling.
This message is for Alec, Sean, Evan, and even Mao. You know what? I dare you four, all four of you, come to my house and we'll see who stacks out better. The original or you crappy copiers?
On the 16th,
My God.
Christian filmed a video attempting to brainwash
Sure,
his
it reminds
trolls
me of
by
like a
speaking
circus
mix of
tent.
Spanish and backwards English.
As usual, I will have 2 more pages tonight. I hope you all enjoyed the last page where Crystal finally got out of the mirror. But recently, I am reminded of an old Spanish expression which goes simply as "Tú necesitas ukrepsa eta y usino se va per ganar felicidad por vida." A couple of strong verbs in that statement. Say it with me. Ukrepsa eta.
Hey, Haspichu.
Eta.
That actually has a Spanish word.
Usinos evil. Usinos evil. Alright. Stay safe and have a good day. Bye.
His spree of verbal assault continued into January 17th, when, under Vivian G's advice, Chris reviews the entirety of the Aspertrue story so far and criticizes it.
I am here at this point recording this video to make it perfectly clear. Although it was a bit of a mistake for that last video I made. But you know what? Regardless of that video, I shouldn't not have had to make such a video. Because I could just show you all the evidence.
Okay.
I just read through the entire bunch of pages of Alex Aspertrue. First off, just to name a few things, there are the obvious, there are the slanders and obvious references. To which I mean the old Buddha belly that I used to have,
Use?
exaggerated man boobs, and even the goatee I used to have. I had one time, and he makes his Asperger character wear nearly every shirt I wear, nearly every shirt.
That's fucking funny,
and a
though.
crappy copy of a medal. My shirts. And then to make matters worse, he goes and besmirches my dog by making a crappy copy of my dog. Patty's the spirit of Patty will have his soul for dinner tonight.
Yeah, that's kind of not cool, man. Don't make fun of the dog.
Leary. And of course, even including the unapproved recreation of my person.
Yeah, he's been busy.
In his pages, as you can see right here. And then even worse, starting on page C29, he sets me on fire. He sets me on fire. And then even worse, continues to let me be on fire on page 30. I swear, if that ain't the most outrageous thing that he has ever done against me.
Yeah.
But I could definitely reference a few more.
I mean, didn't you shoot liquid, Chris?
He actually is considered peeing on himself within his own comic series. Starting, of course, with a few from his first book of graphic nudity or sexual reference on page 3 of his Zero book. Even worse off, on page 10, and while he's in that Burger King, with all his goddamn homosexual references as well. And he uses uncensored swear words such as shit and
Ass.
in between all of his books. So many goddamn of those. And his A and B books are anti-religious.
Oh my god, man. He looks just like my old roommate. It's scary.
Son of a bitch. He's basically peeing on his own self. Now look, I'll admit I have done my little share of nudity within my few pages, within a couple of pages.
Yeah, at least you're honest.
They were censored by either images of lemon for vagina, and bananas for dick.
Why would you choose a lemon?
And it was, and that book was finally.
Wouldn't like a peach be better?
And organized.
I don't want to stick my in that.
For all those of ages, TVY7 and such. And if I ever said a swear word within my book, I would censor it. But he does not censor his own swear words.
Oh no.
But like I said, he's basically gone to the things again. He's basically mocking me with the references of myself. Between the belly, the man boobs, the goatee, the glasses, numerous shirts, a fake medal, or a copy of my dog, an unapproved recreation of myself and my son and my characters, and even sets me on fire.
Whoa.
It makes his quote unquote Sonichu cologne go against me as not being the original creator of the original Sonichu.
But it's not Sonic Shoe, it's Asperchu.
He knows my Sonichu, Roshu, and all my electric hedgehogs as well as I do. But he cannot, because he is not me, the original creator. He is not me. So, I've said this message again.
I like how he gets mad about somebody else using plagiarism.
And even Mao.
Because that's the, definition of irony.
But to those three, die in hell. And I hope the soul of my late dog eats at your souls and kills you in your sleep.
You're wishing death on people for drawing a cartoon character. Imagine that.
His book is the pages.
I take back about feeling pity.
Asperchu series. They are definitely ludicrous and horrendous and horrific. Even as horrific as within Vivian G's own book. And my pastor, Elizabeth Moss, my pastor has read the book from cover to cover, and she hates it. My reverend hates it. I don't like it either because it is of disgrace and slander and mockery of my person and my character.
My God, he just keeps going, doesn't he?
As much, but actually, this is worse. The asperture and everything there, that is worse than that book. I'm sorry, Vivian, but that book is just no good. And I'm definitely gonna let my pastor know about the Asperpedia and the Aspertu, and through all the through her powers within her church and the congregation, and even the FBI.
Oh my
we will
God.
see you in Minnesota and take you down personally, Mr. Alec Bateson Larry.
Let me get the fucking Federal Bureau of
You're
Investigation in on
my
you
person.
for drawing a cartoon character based off of my likeness.
Other than that, I leave with most everybody else in peace. Have a good day. Except for you three, of which I mentioned earlier.
Shortly after, Asperpedius Mao made a YouTube response video, but it has since been lost. Meanwhile, the Wikipedia sysop, Cogsdev, uploaded Mailbag 41 for Chris to address, but then soon after, moved all non-Asperture-related letters to Mailbag 42, making 41 a completely Asperture-filled offering. Instead of responding to the messages in any way, Christian deleted all of them and wrote a 7-point manifesto in their place, proclaiming that he had no relation to Asperture nor Alec Benson Leary, and wholeheartedly disapproved of his content.
Honestly, I think what would have been really funny if Alec, I guess the guy that did Asperture, if he was just doing that, but he wasn't addressing the actual Chris, he was addressing Liquid Chris with this the entire time, and then they just made him like become gay or something. I think that would have been funny.
Chris also noticed that Leary introduced more Sonichu characters into his Asperture comics, such as the Chaotic Combo, which led Christian to insert his own parodies of Sonichu parodies from the Asperture comics into his Sonichu comics, albeit with new names. He even introduced his own take on Asperture, renaming him Mitch Sonichu. On January 20th, Chris made a drawing asking for people to help Haiti after it was devastated by an earthquake 8 days prior, though Alec Benson Leary had made his own commemorative advert a day after the tragedy, which had been featured prominently on the Wikipedia. Christian's drawing also subtly took a jab at Evan Christopher George, since it featured both Simonchu and Simonla, touting them as a brother and sister team.
Seaman?
On January 21st,
Is that what he said?
Christian answered Mailbag 43. Chris addressed questions regarding a recent page of issue 10, in which Mitch Sonichu was suggested that he should get a makeover and change his fashion sense for the better, when his appearance strongly resembled Christian himself. There was another correspondence with Evan Christopher George, who was told by Chris an elaborate story in which Evan's creation, Simonchu himself, personally spoke with Simone LaRoche-Chu, who told him that she did not want to return to Evan.
That was Simon Chu.
In addition,
Seaman
the
Chu,
rejected
where do you get
mailbag
that from?
section featured a statement from someone who criticized Chris for declaring that Alec was not allowed to bring his Sonichu characters into his own story, when Chris himself had never gotten permission from Sega or Nintendo to place their original characters into Sonichu. He also commented that the Wikipedia sysop had no say concerning advertisements, which were crucial in keeping the site running smoothly, and felt that Christian's hand-drawn on paper drawing style was inferior to Alec's digital style. Chris requested that he go f*** himself. In addition, he informed Vivian that he would attend his first young adult social club meeting, where he hoped he would get more exposure concerning his comic book work. It was during this meetup that he met a 23-year-old woman, who will be referred to herein as the Wallflower. During her first encounter with Chris, she told him that she was not ready for a relationship. Despite them establishing a friendship, Christian, against her wishes, believed that after some time and insistence, he could make her into his girlfriend.
Oh, it's one of these
On January
guys.
22nd,
I mean,
Chris
I'm
had
really
his
not
first phone
surprised, but,
conversation
you know.
with Alec Benson Leary.
Hi, is this Christian Weston Chandler?
Yes, this is Christian. May I help you?
Hi, Chris. This is Alec Benson Leary. Is it okay if we talk?
Oh, yes. Sure, yes.
Okay.
So,
Good. Well, there's a couple things I wanted to talk to you about tonight. First of all, well, I understand you've got a problem with the ads. that are on Wikipedia.
Okay, well, yeah, I'll let you have your ads on the Wikipedia, but don't make them too big, and leave them in the sidebar.
Okay.
I do not want them hovering over the introductory box or anything else where I have to scroll down even to edit the pages or even to log in.
Yeah, my friend Mao, he actually makes the ads for me. I didn't make them myself, but I can try to talk to him about that.
Okay, how about this?
Well, this is kind of being
just
reasonable.
to make it equal, put an advertisement for the Wikipedia on the Astropedia, about as much as the Astropedia ads for on my Wikipedia.
Well, you'd probably
All
want to
right,
contact
you may-
Mao because he's my manager. He does all the the grunt work on Astropedia. I'm sure he'd be willing to sell you some ad space on Astropedia. We could definitely try to work something like that out.
All right, well, Mel and I can talk through email. All right.
Like you say, we're on friendly terms right now, and I'd like to keep it that way because I got my start because of you. But to be honest, I want to be honest and frank with you. You made a couple of videos, and I don't watch all your videos, but I do try to keep up. I mean, I spend a lot of time drawing the comics, so I don't have a lot of time to watch videos anymore. But I saw a couple of videos where you actually threatened me with physical
okay,
harm.
well, yeah, okay, well.
Also, the video where you wanted your dog to eat me or something like that. Your dog to eat my soul. Like
Yeah.
the death threats were kind of scary to begin with, but that was just a starting.
Yeah, okay, I'll take that back as well. I'm sorry.
Okay.
Chris then criticizes the creators of Asperchew for featuring blood and gore in their recent stories, and tells Alec to inform his readers in a disclaimer that Chris's Sonichu characters who appear in Asperchew are parodies.
Well, as you said, those weren't yours, though. You said those were copies. You said those were just, copies of.
Yeah. Your versions are just recreated facsimiles.
You're confused. I mean, you said in the comics that those were mine, but so they must be original, right? You said in the comic they weren't the chaotic combo, so they must be original. But then you came and took them. I don't get, and you renamed them, and not just the combo, but you tried to retake my Asperchew, and Asperchew wasn't a copy of anything. You renamed him Mitch Sonichu. I mean, Asperchew's mine. I don't really appreciate that. You accuse me of thievery, but then you go and try to take my Asperchew.
Asperger's.
Okay, well, no, you did take my Sonichu and made him claim him to be the original one. And even worse, you made him brother to Asperchew with the homosexual tendencies and whatnot. Even when you drew the chaotic combo hedgehogs, you made Wild a homosexual when he is not.
Well, but Wild's not yours. I mean, what does it matter if my Wild is gay? I mean, I felt it was depth to the character. I was just trying to give them a little personality.
Okay, well,
I mean, Asperchew has a girlfriend, Dixie Chew.
Oh my fucking god!
No, actually, I read further in the book, and Dixie Chew.
I don't like beta males. I have a big problem with like dudes who don't act like guys. Nothing. Don't take that out of context with like me dissing like gay people or anything like that, because that's not what I mean. I just hate like weird, not so. Okay, if you're a guy and you got hair in your body, you need to act like a guy. That's just how I feel. But these two are clearly fucking beta males, but it's just so fucking funny to me.
Dumped his ass.
God.
Well, no, she doesn't mean that.
You guys are fighting over stupid shit.
I mean, can't you see those undertones? I mean, that's where this whole comic is going. Even if a girl does dump him, what does it matter? He went after a girl. He didn't go after a boy. Like you said, Sonichu is his brother. I mean, why would he, even if he was gay, why would he go for his brother?
Because he lived in Alabama.
That's sick.
Yeah.
I mean, why would you
anyway,
think?
Well, listen, how about this? In your comics, when you, in the future, or in re-referencing the past pages, the Sonichu that is Asperchew's brother, you just refer to him as Michael, and the Wild you refer to him as Bobby, the Angelica, Trisha, etc., just like I said in my page. And Mitch can be Asperchew's nickname.
But Chris, those aren't really their characters' names. They have the same names as your chaotic
yeah, okay, well, you see, when I gave the chaotic combo characters those names originally in my books, those would be their nicknames. Just, I mean, they're all Sanchus and those shoes individually, but they're just of different types. Like, he would, like, without the nickname, he would be Grass Sanchu. Without the nickname, she would be Water Rose Chew, Flying Rose Chew, Fighting Sanchu.
Can't you just come up with like more unique fucking names? Jesus Christ!
I understand what you're saying. Well, see, there's one of the differences though, because in my comic, those are really their names. I mean, you know, Angelica, Punchy, Bubble.
No, you see, but those are actually their names in my book. My books.
They're nicknames, you said.
Yeah.
In my comic, they're their actual names. That's the difference.
No, I'm talking in reference to the Pokemon game. You know, if you want to name your Bulbasaur, they call it giving it a nickname, but really it's just giving them their name.
Chris, my characters aren't Pokemon. I don't draw Pokemon. That's not how it works in my comic.
You have been drawing Pokemon. Sonichu is an electric hedgehog Pokemon.
I thought he was a Sonichu.
I thought that was like hedgehog. I make it perfectly clear that Sonichu and Roschu are electric hedgehog Pokemon.
Okay. Well, I think the point of confusion there is where they're like I've never seen any Pokeballs or trainers or any of those other Pokemon elements. You know,
yeah, okay,
like shouldn't they live in Pokeballs?
Okay. Yes, there's a Pokeball that especially catches Sonichus and Roschu called the S-Chew Ball. And there is a reference to that.
Why is it gonna have its own special Pokeball?
Like a house, doesn't he? I mean, he lives like a person who's training.
He was well, you see, he was originally a wild Pokemon, the original Sonichu. But the original Roschu was originally the Raichu that was caught and trained by the Pokemon trainer Kelly, Kel for short.
I actually didn't know any of that, but
it's in the first issue, dude. Like the first 3 pages.
That,
I've read that one.
And my version of the Chaotic Combo, all those characters, those are not Pokemon in my comics. I mean, Pokemon don't exist in the world of Asperchu. Like Asperchu, you know, he lives with his grandparents in a house. I mean, he's a person.
Okay, all right, but still, this makes it sound like my characters when you talk about these Sonichu from Quickville.
But they're not your characters. We've established that. They're not yours. I mean, they're my characters. It's original. Like I said, my comic's not a parody.
Okay, Sonichu, and Roschu. I actually
God, he's showing the copy thing of
copyright. So I could sue you, but I'm trying to resolve this peacefully.
You have okay, so you have.
Yeah, look under the copyright section on the Wikipedia.
But you said Sonichu is a Pokemon, right? I mean, I'm pretty sure Nintendo has the copyright claims of Pokemon.
Got him.
So.
No,
I mean, it's a good point. I might want to just contact Nintendo just to make sure everything's okay. You know, make sure I'm not stepping on their toes.
They have been contacted before, and everything's okay, so you don't need to do that.
But well, then, I mean, how can you hold the copyright to a Pokemon?
Virginia Library of Congress has allowed me.
Wouldn't it? Well, Virginia Library of Congress, you know, can't tell Nintendo what to do. I mean, they can't tell Nintendo to just hand over copyright to their creations to just anybody. I mean, you know, Nintendo could take, you know, the Virginia Library of Congress to court and say, hey, wait a minute, you know, you issued this copyright illegal.
Okay, look, well, let's just, okay, this is, we're talking about right now, it just seems pointless to what we were originally talking about. Let's just agree that...
well, I don't think it's pointless. I mean, I'm just trying to establish that... I mean, you said you could sue me. I mean, I don't want to get sued. Nobody wants to get sued. But
yeah,
I just don't understand how you would sue. That's what I'm confused on. I mean, you're confusing me, Chris. I mean, call me naive, but I just don't get exactly what you're getting at.
Okay, well, let's just rewind and go back to what we agreed on before, you know, readjusting the advertisement size and giving me
okay, this is like some
Wikipedia ad on the Astropedia.
This is funny trolling. It's just not Liquid Chris good, but it's still really good because he's like being all passive about it.
And the other Sonichus and Roschus that of the AI non-KI combo.
Okay.
Well, let's just rename them by the names I suggested in my book. In your book.
Well, all right. Like I said, I'll talk to Mal about the ads.
Yeah.
As far as the
Bless me.
renaming goes, I mean, I guess you can include, you can make up some characters, Mike Sonichu and Mitch Sonichu and whatever. That's your comic book. If you want to create those characters, that's fine. I mean, like I said, I'm not going to rename my characters.
All right. Well, listen, the battery power on my phone is running low, so perhaps we could talk again another time. Well, you take care.
I'd like to talk to you.
Later that day, Christian filmed a captain's log, which mostly focuses on the controversial Mitch Sonichu makeover in Sonichu issue 10, which had some readers asking if this meant that Mitch was a homosexual.
First off, I want to give a shout out to the Portland Sonichu fan club.
Oh my god.
Their president Megan and their vice president Brad, who did this song that's playing on in the background. So it's me on CD here. Thank you. And also to Becky, who's doing a paper on me as a modern cartoonist. I appreciate that. Thank you. Anyway, I stand strong. I continue to draw the pages. Yes, they will be uploaded in bulk. I mean, if I can't get 5 in a single day, then I'll still, I'll get them up the next day. But at least I'm doing the average of 2 pages a day. I stand strong. Anyway, also, the makeover I did, I just answered a new bunch of messages in the mailbag. You know what? I say this. Think about like on Home and Garden, the Learning Channel, even on Discovery, and even on MTV. There's such home remodeling, cooking cuisine, and myth-busting shows, and even Pimp My Ride. And would you call the people?
Why did you say it like that?
For giving something else or somebody else a makeover? No, you don't. So that myth is busted. And also, I still say what I said against Evan and those people on there.
The video abruptly ends, possibly due to the camera running out of power. Enir immediately followed up with a short video to complete the captain's log.
Anyway, I'll leave y'all with that. And obviously, the Asperpedia is going down because Alec and his crew are shooting themselves in the foot. I would never do blood and gore. That's just gross. I mean, if you're not queasy, then come back to science ship. Bye.
On January 25th, the Wallflower sent Chris an email listing her various websites, revealing herself to be an amateur writer. Christian admired her skill and wished for them to talk over the phone soon, wanting to exchange more information about each other and wishing to meet again soon. Your laughter and voice sweetly thrills my mind like robins twittering their song after the sunrise. In another email, Chris informed her of the details concerning their upcoming future date, in which they would go to a concert to see Celtic Woman, an Irish music act, and afterwards would spend some time at a nearby Taco Bell. He informed her that his mother would probably come with him to meet her and her own parental escort. The Wallflower thought this idea sounded nice.
We take this girl out on a date to Taco Bell. Let me bring my mom. He's like 28 years old.
Chris then expressed his wish to keep the option of a relationship open for when the right time comes. She then revealed that she was going to the concert with a friend of hers and offered to meet up some other time. All the while, Christian continued answering mailbags from fans, with uploads of new Sonichu pages becoming more spread out. In Mailbag 46, he defended his tardiness in updating the comic. I have been drawing and coloring on a daily basis. I cannot help if I have a life to enjoy too. I have joined a young adult social group, and I have met a lovely woman there who likes me too. We are hitting it off like 2 hip wallflowers. You have a life too. Understand my needs, and let me have my life. Another letter highlighted the discovery that the name Christian Weston Chandler was an anagram for Antichrist Enhances World, and Devin Christopher George made another appearance telling him that he would take legal action if Simonla didn't die in Chris's story. I'm not gonna just let it go because you're not a great director. You're a comic artist, and you have to deal with legal issues involving your characters when they arise. You can't pretend a lawsuit isn't imminent and just hope it goes away if you ignore it. This is serious, and if you don't do something about this, I'll have to take some drastic measures. We're keeping track. In Mailbag 49, when asked about whether then US President Barack Obama should repeal the Don't Ask, Don't Tell military policy concerning homosexuals to allow them more freedom and encouragement to join the army, Christian stated that the policy should be repealed so that more gay men could die in explosions. It was also around this time that he was linked to a fan forum called Sonichu Forum, where he conversed with presumed fans and answered their
Jesus fucking Christ.
questions for about 4 days. On January 28th, Alec managed to get Chris to answer his phone to have another talk.
I would have expected to call at 9:30, but anyway...
I actually did try to call at 9:30. It didn't get an answer, so I thought I'd try again. You're kind of a difficult man to get a hold of, Chris.
Yeah, I can talk for a few minutes, so let's try not to belabor this conversation.
They discuss Chris's ongoing woes concerning ads on Wikipedia, copyright issues, and a problem Chris had with Alec's character being named after Asperger's
This is like
syndrome.
literally every episode of Comprehensive History.
I mean, think of it this way. You know, the name Asperchu, if you think of that as a detriment, I don't, but you know, if you interpret the comic that way, think of it as a personal, a sort of character flaw that he has to work to overcome. And all good characters have character flaws. Sometimes characters don't always live the happiest life, but that's part of what makes good fiction.
Yeah. So, I mean, with that, think about it. I mean, what if your parents had named you Asper? So they were, like as if they could foretell you had Asperger. You would have Asperger's.
Okay, Chris, that's part of the, again, the character flaw. Asperchu has things weighing him down. He has curses, and that's part of what makes a good character. I mean, you wouldn't make a character that's just, you know, all powerful and you know, perfect in every way and has no real problems. Would you? That'd be kind of boring. Complex characters have problems that they overcome.
I mean, as an individual, within his own world, outside of your control, Asperchu would not want that name. He would be in agreement with me and probably want to change his name to something like Mitch. Have you ever watched the movie Who Framed Roger Rabbit?
Oh my god, that's a good movie.
Yeah, it was a good movie.
Yeah.
Yeah, you got the whole Toon world there, and within that, it would coincide with the comic book world, and every individual comic, published or unpublished, drawn all together. And within that world actually would reside your Asperchu, that he would be with his individual thoughts, and she gave him an adult attitude. With his individual thoughts, he would hate having the name of Asperchu because it emphasizes his mental problem. And it's like he's in the process of wanting to move on from that and become more acceptable in society, that he would not want a name that would make him feel like as if he's still living it, even after he's fully recovered from it.
Okay, but Chris, you know, Who Framed Roger Rabbit, that was still a movie, and everything in it was predetermined by the movie writers and the director. And I mean, there is no, you know, like, alternate cartoon world in reality. I mean, cartoon characters don't actually think and feel things.
Obviously are naive about that because you're not understanding that possibility of that universe actually existing.
You do believe that when an artist creates a cartoon character, that character actually becomes real?
Oh my god, this is where the dimensional rift starts?
Yes.
But the universe is fake. I mean, the Asperchu universe exists on paper and in my computer. It's whatever I write it to be. Here's a question for you. If you think a character would want, you know, an appropriate name, a good name, not a name that, you know, calls them out on something or sets them back, Sonichu is the name of a species, correct? Sonichus and Rosechus, those are a species, right?
Yeah, but he was the first original Sonichu, and she was the original Rosechu. But they still want their own name. And they each came up with their name on their own. They did not need a nickname to go with that.
Would you be comfortable if the name Christian Weston Chandler didn't exist, and you were just called man or person or something.
Okay, well, still, what if you actually conceived a child with your girlfriend or wife? Then, would you feel that you actually own that child, even after you had raised it from being a baby to, let's say, late teenage years? But
Yes. Because I have a kid now, and she's my fucking child. She's gonna do whatever me and my girlfriend say until she becomes a legal adult and she can make her own decisions. Up until that point, she does whatever we say. We decide for her. So yeah, we do technically own her up until that point. But once she's a consenting adult and she can make her own decisions, whether they be good decisions or bad decisions, that's on her. Hopefully we'll raise her right so we don't have to deal with that, of course. But
that child will actually feel more like an individual, independent being.
Chris, you do understand that a child, a human being, is substantially more than a comic character, right? They're not the same thing. They're not even close. Of course I would name a child. Children are real, and children are not our property. If I have...
Well, you know what I mean. She's not like property, but she is mine. I do own her. She is my responsibility. I'm trying to say this without I hate that I even have to describe what I'm trying to say. She's not my kid's not a fucking slave. I don't own her like a human being would own another human being. I'm saying like it's my property. As like, it's my child. It's my fucking child. I'm responsible for it. It's mine. Just you know what I'm saying.
All the love and support.
You gotta be careful how you say things nowadays. It's so stupid.
He or she, I should say. Whereas a comic character is just, it's whatever you draw on paper or in Photoshop.
What if it was what she was on the other foot? What if Asperchu created you?
Well, then I'd be a comic character myself, and I wouldn't have any thoughts or feelings. So that's a moot point.
You think that comic character would not have their own thoughts and feelings?
No.
Are naive.
Chris, you have told me that you think that a comic character is fundamentally as much of a person as a real human being. That is the naive thought.
Oh,
I'm the writer. I'm like the god of the Asperchu world. I decide what goes on in Asperchu's world. I decide who and what Asperchu is and what he thinks and feels, if anything, which he doesn't, because it's still just a character on paper. And when I put the pen down, Asperchu stops being there. Nothing exists in Asperchu's world that I haven't drawn. And it's naive to think that there's anything more. I think we should agree to disagree. Because we both have our own thoughts. I'm actually getting some letters about Sonichu, about why you're not updating daily, and I was kind of curious about that.
Well, for your information, I am updating daily. I draw and color my 2 pages a day.
Well,
I can't help it if I don't have access to my computer, or if I can't.
That's all you fucking do is get on your computer.
Besides which, my biological clock has been fickle on me. It's been making me fall asleep earlier.
Maybe we could get an alarm clock. I'm just kind of confused why I would spend an hour to draw a page, but not take the extra 60 seconds to upload it.
It takes more than 60 seconds to scan it and fit it in Photoshop, then upload it. It probably would take like half an hour for all that to work.
I didn't know that you did Photoshop work with your pages. What do you use Photoshop for, if I may ask?
To change it from handwritten text, more legible typed text.
If I remember right, I think kind of one of the criticisms you had about Asperchu was that it was not completely, hand-drawn original. So, because I do use Photoshop in part of my creative process, but it sounds like you actually do kind of the same thing. Which is, that's fine. I mean, digital media is where, the art world is going.
True.
But, I thought that you drew it all on paper and then uploaded it.
Well, for your information, I did draw it all on paper. The only part that I edit in Photoshop is the text, what you read.
Well, it just seems a little hypocritical that you do use Photoshop in the creative process, but you criticize me for it. I mean, don't you think?
No, actually, what I thought is that you skip the hand drawing and you draw everything on your Photoshop with the computer mouse.
What I do, I use a tablet. And that's basically the same thing as pen and paper, except what I draw just goes right onto the computer screen. So I don't use a mouse. It's the same.
Okay, but but
That's actually a good idea. I never thought about that.
Even my mother agrees.
Oh, hey, come on. That's a little insulting, Chris. What do you mean crappy? I mean, my mother says that my comic is, the most beautiful comic she's ever seen too, but I kind of think that's just because she's a supportive mother. Mothers are supposed to support their children in their endeavors. I mean, it's okay to disagree. I'm curious why you think it's crappy.
Because it's computer drawn. It's not originally hand drawn.
I just told you it is hand drawn. It's hand drawn on a tablet.
You don't have the old-fashioned original pencil or pen markings. That's
I mean,
what I
it's
have.
kind of the same thing.
They don't
So
have, like, smudge marks on my paper. Is that what you mean? Okay. By comparison, could I say that our cars not true original transportation because people should be using old-fashioned horses? I mean, you use Photoshop for lettering and effects. We're one and the same here, Chris.
Alec then brings up the issue of Simonla.
Evan wanted me to talk to you about using Simon Shoe.
there we go.
Simon Shoe
Good boy.
was his creation, and he used that without permission. And he's asked you several times to get rid of Simon Shoe and Simonla or whatever.
Yeah, but actually, Simonla was never really inspired from Simon Shoe. I took an original Rose Shoe, I changed her to a brown color, gave her the complexion, added an armadillo shell, and then a few drills in appropriate places.
Kind of like how I took a Sonic and made him yellow and gave him a goatee and glasses and a Buddha belly, and thus was born Asperchu. I mean, why didn't you just say that to Evan in the first place? Because he's been emailing you for a long time.
He's calling him out on his shit.
I'm looking at the Simonla page on your Wikipedia here. You say that about on or before August 26, 2008, I received an email from Evan George submitting his Sonichu fan art to me, then later submitted his idea for Simon Shoe. It did not strike me as good at first, but for a few months I wanted to create a ground type. So from Simon Shoe, I created Simonla Rose Shoe. That's on the Simonla article on your Wikipedia. I mean, that's smoking gun, Chris. That's proof that you used Simon Shoe as a base. I'm not trying to attack you with this, but I really think this is evidence that you should get rid of Simon Shoe and Simonla. Write them out. Because the facts are right there, Chris. I want to let you know that you do need to comply with Evan's demands. Because, he's talking about litigation, and he said that he'd back off if you acknowledge in the comic and write Simon Shoe and Simonla out and, say that they will be done and gone forever. I mean, would you be willing to do that? Write them out?
I'll think about it.
Yeah, well, don't think too long. I mean, this is a serious issue.
Anyway, I'm feeling tired right now.
Okay, well,
Feeling tired and frustrated.
Let you go. You have a good night, Chris.
Good night.
Good night.
As another creator managed to converse about the creative process with Chris, his peculiar attachment to his characters was made crystal clear. Quickville had become more than a hobby, more than an ambitious dream of stardom, even more than a way to live out his fantasies. In Christian's mind, at least, it had become a tangible reality, inhabited by living, breathing cartoon characters. For as he had stated before, Chris was truly young at heart.
$23. Holy shit. 24 in 2 weeks, boys. Oh my god. I fucking love these, man. Please support Geno Samuel. Please subscribe to him. All of his channels. He's got like 25 channels as well. If you haven't already, please subscribe. Help my channel out. That would mean a lot. You don't have to, but I would really, really appreciate it if you did. And I guess we will see each other again in part 24 in about 2 weekends from now. So I will see you guys then. Hope everybody's enjoying Spoopy season, and goodbye.